Best AI search visibility tools in 2026. So, as a lot of SEOs and now GEOs, LLM SEOs, whatever people want to call the new role of trying to get cited more within ChatGPT or within Gemini AI overviews, a lot of people now wanting to try to search, like check and do rank tracking and see how much search visibility they're getting in these LLMs. And today I've got Jay, who is the founder of Radarkit, which is an absolute amazing AI search visibility tool that our team are using. We've done a lot of comparisons, but I want you, Jay, who's got a lot more resource and data than myself. I want you to do a top five list in your opinion. Now, obviously, people who are going to be watching this are going to say, well, he's the founder of Radarkit, so he's probably going to put his number one, and you shouldn't be doing that with a listicle and all the rest of it. But obviously, me and you've done a lot of chatting off air and done a lot of other podcast series, and I'm backing you up. I believe that Radarkit is the best AI search visibility tool. So I'm happy for you to put it number one, but I want you to give people the reasons why. But before we get started, number five on the list, in the top five list of AI search visibility tools, you're saying is Scrunch. So can you explain to anyone who's watching this why Scrunch is good and why someone could go and use Scrunch from an AI search visibility point of view?
Sure. So Scrunch, mostly Scrunch is actually, data-driven tool. So you must be aware about Neil Patel, and also Neil Patel actually pushed it out there in the market. So in his podcast, so basically Scrunch is AI visibility tool focused towards the agencies, big agencies who are actually tracking your website, track all your prompts. They also built, like, if is your the one feature that I love about from Scrunch is, like, is your website agent ready or not? Because all these agents are visiting your website. So is your website agent ready or not? They have added those features as well. Mostly focused towards what to say, agencies. And the pricing as well is very simpler. They have just one plan, like core plan, that is like for $250. You go with 125 prompts, you get 5 audits, one brand, and that's like only 5 user licenses. And I've kept it on 5 just because of the pricing, because it's way too expensive, given there are tools in the market like Otterly and Radarkit which are giving you in the 20s. So you should be like bringing some plan that is affordable to a normal SEO professional. That is why we have kept it on on fifth. And as well as they do mention a lot of stuff that, okay, we only, even in the $250 plan, they just give you like one country. So they have the infrastructure, but it is way too expensive. So on the pricing part as well, it is on the expensive side, and that is why we have kept it on fifth. As well as they give you the personas features as well. So if you want to add personas, so they will be tracking your prompts based on personas. So that is one good thing. And then we have languages. So there are a lot of limitations. Even the price is not justified, but still they are in the market, providing raw data. So that is why I've kept it on fifth.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, anyone who's watching this, you're going, oh, it's fifth out of number five on a top five list. But that's it. Scrunch is actually, we're saying fifth best out of over 200 different AI search visibility tools that are out there. So they've managed to get in the top five, which is great. The team tested it. The feedback that I got from the team was it's good, but it's just expensive, and there's so many limitations. Like, we was trying to do it for multiple countries, it was an extra. We was trying to do more site audits, it was extra. It just became extra after extra, and it became way too expensive for us. However, the data that we did get back on the sites, there was good. So that's why it's got in there. It's just in comparison to the other four that we're going to mention, we feel others could be better value. So
Yeah.
number four on the list, you've mentioned Otterly as being the fourth best in the top five list of AI search visibility tools. So can you let us know the advantages of Otterly and why someone might want to use it? Because ranking in position number four of the top AI search visibility tools out of over 200 is great. So what is it that you like about this tool?
Otterly is great. I mean, built by SEO professionals by themselves. So I've seen their profile. So good people. They know what they're doing. So they're not focusing on only the agencies, they are actually building it for the SEO professionals, like SEO enthusiasts, I would call them. So yeah, the pricing is like the forking pricing is what entices me, and that is why we have kept them over Scrunch. Is like they actually have a plan for people who want to try the tool. So they have a plan like 29 dollars, and then you give like 15 prompts, you get 4 models, you get to track everything. There is daily tracking, a lot of things are there, and they haven't mentioned that they actually do it in the UI. So that is one more thing. And then apart from that, these are the features that I love the most. The pricing is great, they give you all the models, they give you good number of prompts for the pricing that they are mentioning. And these are the good things. The bad things, we don't get to see that okay, they are actually doing it in the UI. We don't actually get to see that they are doing the query fan outs or not. And apart from that, there are everything is good, but yeah, the two parts, there's no content module. So you get the data, but you should be able to utilize the data to create some action part on that. So that is not there. And that is why we have gone with the number 4 position for Otterly.
Something on there, Jay. You mentioned quite a few times it's not done in the UI, and there'd be some people that's looking at this saying, "Jay, I don't know what you're on about. It's not done in the UI." Can you explain what is done in the UI versus using the API and stuff like that? Can you just explain that to people that's watching this?
Sure. So let's say you are in New York, you search on ChatGPT best pizza near me. How does it know that you are in New York? So it will use your proxy, your phone's network as the location. So it will know that okay, the network's giving me New York as the address, I'll just search best pizza New York. So in the fan out, you'll see that okay, it actually performed this search. So that is what we have seen. I've shown you that as well. So if for Zoho we have added 2 projects, I shown you backstage that okay, this is what we have found, that it actually performs data, it actually performs query fan outs based on your location. So a lot of the times, if you are a local business or if you want to target a certain area, so let's say if you are providing some services, or let's say trucking services, logistic services, into a very specific area, so you want to rank for those terms for in those regions. So if the LLM is actually just searching vaguely via the API, because the APIs you don't get the location data. So that is why if you're going to pay for the prompts and the tracking, why not just pay for something which gives you real time and raw data which you can utilize and optimize.
Yeah, for sure. And then on there, then let's move on to the next one. Then, so obviously you've got Otterly there, number 4 on the list of the best AI search visibility tools. Number 3, Peec AI. My team actually liked this and was doing a comparison with yourself with regards to Radarkit. They spoke very highly about it. They thought it was a great tool. Anyone who wants to know the comparison, we did a video on it, myself and Jay, about Peec AI versus Radarkit AI. Why is this number 3?
Sure.
Obviously, you're saying it's good because it's third on the list, but why is it not better than Profound? Like, so let's go through it and you tell me a few reasons of why you put Profound above Peec AI, but what you do like about Peec AI as well.
Sure. So Peek AI, the pricing is great. I mean, but still, for whatever pricing they're charging, they are not giving up the features that Profound's giving. So here you'll see that okay, they are actually doing it in the UI, which Otterly and Scrunch weren't using. That is why they are actually on the 3rd position. Location wise, they don't mention that they're actually doing the proxies or anything on that. There's no fan outs. There's no what to say, the content creation or anything, but they actually give you, these were the things that these were the cons. The pros, if you go for, you get the Lucas Studio integration, so you can actually go see the data, that whatever actions you have taken, if those things brought traffic to you from all these LLM models. So you get the Lucas Studio, you get the MCP, which is not available in Otterly or Scrunch or Profound. So this is like Peek Peek AI is the only tool as of now which is giving you MCP. So if you use like agents like ChatGPT or Claude, then you can actually use Peek AI's MCP to get more data and then utilize it into your workflow. So this is why I have kept Peek AI over there, and as well as they are very generous with the prompts, so they've given you good number of prompts for the pricing that they are charging. So you can track those, as well as they have if you have got the money, then you can actually pay for multiple these AI models as well. So I don't feel the need of using Grok and all, because most of the times people are actually using ChatGPT on an AI mode, so they hold like 90% for sure, 90% of the market share. So most of the 90% of the people are actually searching on these two. If you manage to rank on these two, I don't think you should be tracking this one, like these three, I would say: ChatGPT, AI mode, and AI overviews. So they if you have the need of tracking more AI models, then Peak should be a choice, as well as they give you unlimited users. So if you have a big team, then yeah. So if you're an agency, then Peak should be your best bet.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, can you expand a little bit just so people who's watching this that might not understand what MCP is? Because my team was drilling into me of why it's amazing that PKI has got MCP. So can you just expand on what it actually is, so anyone who's watching it understands what that means?
So let's say you are using Ahrefs MCP, and from Ahrefs MCP. So basically, what happens is I cannot ask ChatGPT if I want to rank for best CRM for software. If I ask ChatGPT what is the keyword volume for best CRM for software, because it doesn't have the data. So if I connect the MCP of Ahrefs, it will give you it will get the data. So the chatbots actually talk to each other's protocols. So MCP is the source of data API. So when I ask ChatGPT codex, and if I have added Hrefs MCP, it can actually ask that, okay, this is the keyword volume. So based on that, if Peak AI gives me okay, this website is actually ranking, and if I want to create something very similar content on, let's say, if Tech Radar is ranking for best payroll software, if I want to create some similar article related to that, uh, I get the data from PKI. So I'll just ask that use PKI as MCP, and give me the page that is getting cited the most in my project. So using your API, you don't have to open PKI and see everything. You will get all the data inside your chat, and it will just pull out the data from the MCP. It will give you that, oh, this specific page is ranking the most. So you can utilize the MCP data to get all the. You can just ask that, what was my visibility of this specific page in the last 7 days. It will just pull out all the data from the MCP and give it to you inside your workflow, and inside your AI agent that you use, be it Claude, ChatGPT, Cursor, Anatane, Lovable, and all of the these MCP agents are there.
Yeah, for sure. And then number two on the list then. So beating out Peak AI and beating out Otterly and beating out Scrunch. Number two on your list is Profound. Now, Profound is probably the most cited and most. They've got the most influencers. They pay a lot of SEO influencers to promote Profound. They've got a lot of backing. They're probably by far the largest. So explain what the benefits are of people using Profound.
So I would say Profound were the incumbents. I mean, they started this thing. I mean, they were the ones who made the most noise whenever they. I mean, when they launched, they actually spread the word GEO and everything to everyone. They were very early into these things, and I have also personally used Profound. So they have made systems that are made by SEOs. So if I want to rank somewhere, they have made the outreach templates and all of those things which are not available in any of the tools will be available in Radarkit very soon. So if certain website is ranking, so they have made agents which can outreach directly to the author. You get the mails and everything. If you connect to your Gmail, they will send emails automatically within the platform, as well as to get more mentions. They have a content agent as well. They give you the query fanouts as well in the UI. So I have used Profound. It is a good tool. The only part is, like, they provide each and everything that one SEO should get, one GEO expert should get to optimize for LLMs. But the only part is those features are available in the enterprise plan. And and if you want to inquire, I guess it starts around $1,500. So, but if you have got the money, I guess they give you a lot of the tools. Each and everything is there. based, if the pricing was cheaper, I would have kept them number one. But yeah, the pricing is not mentioned here. If you go out, reach out to them, most of the times they will not respond to you because they're too big. They consider them too big to respond to smaller companies. But yeah, they have gotten a lot of good data. They have set up standards. They have given, they have made things easier for SEOs, be it like the site, the the outreach part is what I love about their platform. So my friends have the agency plan, and they recently shifted from Profound to Radarkit for data. But yeah, the outreach part is great. The content part as well, the fan outs as well. So those things are great in Profound. You get all the models as well. So if you are fond of tracking a lot of models like Meta AI, I don't know who uses Meta AI. If you want to track those as well, so you get all these things inside Profound. And they have made a lot of custom AI agents and custom workflows as well. So to create content, to outreach, and to get fan outs as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, from our point of view, I've got three different companies that have all got the enterprise plan and they absolutely love Profound. I've actually tried to get one or two of them to say, come on, try this Radarkit. And they're like, no, we're absolutely absorbed in with Profound. They pay quite a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
They do use, for some reason, the Meta AI, the Grok AI. They just want as much data as possible. And they think the enterprise plan is brilliant and they really like it. So it's definitely an amazing AI search visibility tool. But in our own head office, we've moved to Radarkit. And obviously you're number one on the list here. You're the founder of Radarkit. So some people say, well, you would put it yourself number one. But I want to try to back up the main reason of why, from our point of view, we've moved away from Profound, which, bear in mind, several business partners swear by it. They say it's the best, it's the biggest. It is, and I agree. And I can't say something badly about Profound, apart from the reason why we've moved to Radarkit was mainly to do with tracking the query fanouts, the extension of the query fanouts, but then being able to use your content marketing kit as well that was able then to write semantically to then go and get rankings for those. It was just more, we preferred the database, the dashboard of how yours was set out for tracking on a daily basis. So also we then started to realise that social media from a content type distribution was brilliant on one or two kind of industries that we didn't really know about. So we started to look at that and we realised that Twitter and LinkedIn was brilliant. We only got that information from Radar. I'm not saying Profound can't give you it. It can, but we found it very simple in your dashboard. When we looked at citation data, we was like, oh, we're not doing this. Oh, by the way, LinkedIn and Twitter's the best. Let's go and get this being set up. Let's make certain we integrate all the query fan-out terms. We found it more affordable for what we needed it to be done, because we didn't need internally just for one of them to have the enterprise plan. So it became more affordable for us to be able to use it for that very specific, we want to rank out for the query fan-out keywords in listicles, on social media, on Reddit. We also want to pull them back and get them written in exactly the right way it should be. And that's why we have moved to Radarkit. But I don't know if there's anything else you want to add on to there of why. Obviously, you put yourself number one, which I'm proud that you have. You wanted to put Profound number one because they are the biggest and stuff like that. But I wanted you to say why you think yours is the best. I also, one other thing to add on to it is, there was one or two teething problems that we had. Me and you've had some debates on WhatsApp about different things. Some you was right about with regards to they're just using the API. That's not the right way of doing it. You need to make certain that you're doing X, Y, and Z. And you taught me a lot of things on the query fan out. But two, when I was like, this data is just missing something, or could you do this? The minute we wanted stuff to be changed, I've got direct access to the founder with you to say, can you integrate this? And not only have you integrated it, it was like within 24 hours you'd gone, what about this, this, and this? And I'm like, for me personally, I'm not saying everyone can get that level of communication with the founder direct with you, but sometimes the smaller kind of brands are like a speedboat and they can change things and change the direction a lot faster than a huge enterprise company like Profound. I don't have that connection. And I think that's another reason why I put Radarkit personally as being number one. But I'll let you expand for the last 30 seconds in explaining why you think Radarkit is the best AI search visibility tool.
Sure. Thanks, James. So yeah, so basically, for Radarkit, what was our plan was like we are SEOs ourselves. We've been doing SEO since like years. So we've been into affiliate marketing. We used to write a lot of blogs and all, and obviously to get traffic from search to convert them and get more leads. So based on that, based on our experience, what we thought would be the best, like we have put all of our experience into this. We've taken feedbacks from users like you, power users like you, who understand the market, and we've taken feedback, we've utilized those feedbacks, we have added those features, so that like we have added only the features which people will actually use. We have not added any kind of like profound and all. They have a feature called prompt volume. So like from where are you getting the data? Like for search, we are getting the data from Google's keyword planner, from their ad manager. So we are actually getting the data from there. Profound and a lot of other tools are actually giving you data based on nothing, out of thin air. Like you how would you get the prompt search value volume until unless chat gpt rolls out the ads platform for us, for people who wants to advertise, and then only we will get the data that okay, these are the queries, these are the prompts that they have some search volume. So those data are actually very vague, and prompt values, I don't believe that and those things actually exist. So for Redakit, I mean the only part where Redakit shines is the data part. So if you want to optimize for anything, utilize the Redakit's data. That is, we catch it because we have built our own browser. We use a proxy to track all your prompts, and then we give you the query fanouts. So we give you the analysis part as well. You see the citations, which websites rank higher, what kind of content ranks higher, be it is a listicle or it is YouTube or it is Reddit. So you get the type of content as well, you get the queries as well, and then you get content as well. So what we did is we solved the whole loop about how you should go about with your content, and how you should go about optimizing for LLMs. And then on the end of the end of the what is a curve, we always thought that it should be affordable. So anyone, if you run an agency which is smaller in size, or if you are a solopreneur, you can also use our tool. So you can just put your prompts, put your locations, track your prompts, you optimize your content, create more content. So that is why, I mean, the pricing, the features, similar to profound, the fan outs and all, they also give, but we branch it out. The locations, we give you more locations, and the pricing is like 1/10 of whatever they're giving. And the citations, what to say, the bifurcation, the content type distribution, they don't have that, so we have that. So if you put your prompts, let it run for a week or two, let it connect more data, and then come back and see that okay, listicles are the number one source that are influencing the prompts in my industry, so go after that. So that is what we we think that is why we are the best. We give you the most authentic data out there. There's nothing that we do is created out of thin air like prompt volumes. So that is why I have kept Redakit number one.
Yeah, well, Jay, you're an absolute legend, and I appreciate all the work that you've done on updating where we've asked you to do that. With regards to the content type distribution, I'd recommend everyone to go and check out the link in the description. We've done a full episode on do listicles influence AI search visibility. Jay was the one that got me all this data together. It was in multiple countries, across thousands of different domains, across tens of thousands of different search queries. And it does so happen that listicles are the number one way of content type distribution. But make sure you check out the link in the description. Jay, it's been an absolute pleasure. There's one or two others as well about query fanouts and the way that Radarkit does the query fanouts. But we hope you like the video and the podcast episode on the best AI search visibility tools in 2026. One last one. Leave a comment. Let us know out of the top 5. Have we missed any that you think now are a great AI search visibility tool? Obviously, there's hundreds in the market. A lot of them seem to just be scraping data for SEO, for information, and just kind of putting a new wrapper and a new skin on that. Jay's doing a lot more than what that is. But Jay, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, James. Thanks for having me.